Welcome to Desert View High School in the Sunnyside Unified School District. My name is Jose Castel. I'm the principal here at Desert View High School. And again, welcome. We're here today and we thank you for being here, as we definitely want to celebrate the achievements of both Desert View High School and Tucson High in partnership with SAMP and Pima College and their NIMS accreditation.
Good morning. Good morning. I just want to welcome everyone. I'm very pleased to serve in our community. I'm actually a graduate from the Sunnyside School District, went to school here at K-12. My grandmother still lives in the community. She's 99 years old, will be 100 this year.
Oh my goodness.
So very, very proud to come back and serve in the community that served me very well. And as we think about the work that we're embarking on, the journey specifically, as we look at making programs that are going to be successful for our students, this is just a prime example of how we can really bridge industry with schools to do the work of educating students. As you see these young adults that are here in front of us, if you talk to each one of them, they all have a career path already ahead of them, career and college path ahead of them. They have choices. And as I think about how we've evolved thanks to the vision of Kathy Prather, we're able to provide our students with opportunities that otherwise would not have been provided for them. And so all of you that are coming from industry, I thank you, because it's your guidance and support and your relentless efforts to make sure that we're providing you with the best quality students that are helping guide our work as we continue to evolve in our programmatic design. I want to thank our governing board members that are present here today. I got Mr. Crouch, Ms. Eva Dong, and I think Mr. Jaramillo, who's standing back there, for also their support. That's because we can't do it without good visionary leadership, but equally we can't do it without board support, because it requires a great deal of investment, and it requires a great deal of visionary leadership. Thanks to the work of Mr. President, Principal Gastelum here, another graduate from the system, and I think that's something that we're very proud of as we look at growing leadership from people that have gone through our community. And he's done a wonderful job, and Mr. Gutierrez is going to be, he's kind of like a little rock star here that we always, it starts with the teachers. He's going to change his name, I think, next to one of those symbols of a gear, right? That's the next evolution of that 17. We just call him the gear symbol. But, I always brag on Mr. Gutierrez, because the reality is we do all this work and we try to create partnerships, but what happens every day in every classroom is what really matters. And as we're celebrating this NIMS certification, it really is because people like him, and our teachers don't really always get the credit they deserve or the pay they deserve. And so if anything, I want to give him the accolades for what he does do every day, this commitment to our kids, to our community. You guys know it, right? He's here every day. And so thank you, Mr. Gutierrez. Thank you, Kathy, for your leadership. And thank you all for being here, helping guide us. And I'm just looking forward to continued guidance and continued partnerships with industry so that we can make sure our programs are actually producing the best students possible for both careers and for college and to making our country a great country. So thank you very much.
And there are so many outstanding partners in this room. I hesitate to mention anybody specifically because somebody inadvertently will be left out, because everybody in here is an instrumental part to something that is really special that is happening here in Southern Arizona. And with no disrespect or disregard to the whole entire state, but I think it's important for everybody here to know and understand that the Southern Arizona Manufacturing Partnership is looked at as the model for a sector partnership with regard to secondary education, post-secondary education, government, the public workforce system, and most importantly our employers coming together for a couple of purposes, but for the most important purpose of making sure that these young men and women have the best jobs possible. It's all about the American dream, and the superintendent was speaking of that also as I had come in, and that's what this is really all about. We have a lot of partners that we're working with across the state, including Aaron Ball with Center for the Future of Arizona and Pathways to Prosperity, and including Alex, who just introduced himself a little bit earlier. And a couple of my things I'm going to focus on are another aspect of this, which is the CTE dual credit and early college models for the state of Arizona. Really, what is awesome about this is a lot of the times, and I've been in education for a while, you hear that education's over here, business is in industries over here. And when they talk in different languages and they don't understand each other. And then for so long, nothing gets done, and then opportunities are lost. And where that really hurts us as a community is that opportunities are lost for employers to fill the positions. Right now, in southern Arizona, all of the data indicates that what is holding growth back is not economic conditions. We are at or near full employment in southern Arizona and as a state and as a nation. What's holding us back is a labor market condition. The talent gap. Employers are not able to access the skilled talent that they need to grow their businesses. But what's happening here in southern Arizona is that is being reversed by this program, and this is being looked at to extend to other sectors as well. What's happening here is an internship program, a dual credit program, and an industry standards alignment program all at the same time. Other institutions, other government entities struggle very hard to get any single one of those things done. But with here, our programs are aligned to industry standards with the NIMS accreditation, and that's what we're celebrating is industry came, industry said this is what we wanted, this is what we want. We want these youngsters to graduate with these specific skill sets as determined by industry. And our secondary, our high school systems, our JTED partners, and the college have stepped up and have answered that call to make sure that we align to the needs of our employers and that these young men and women have the skills they need so that they can get the best jobs possible. And frankly, from an educator perspective, that's how we break the back of poverty in this community, is making sure that each and every single one of these folks get the best jobs with you, the employers. Another important aspect to this is the CTE dual credit piece. I'm going to use a lot of education-ese, so one of these language things that educators like to do. If I do too many acronyms, call me back and I'll tell you what they are. But what this means is this. The high school programs here at Desert View, we have a machine technology program. It's a great program. At the college, we have a machine technology program. They're now all aligned to NIMS. In the traditional way, there's this great divide. These students, if they decided in the past to come to Pima Community College, we would pretend like they never took the classes here at the high school. And they literally have to start from square one. But what dual credit allows us to do is to reverse that also. It allows these students to come to Pima Community College with a good portion of their certificate or degree already under their belt, and at no cost to them and at no cost to their parents. Pima Community College, through its relationships with the JTED and also all of the school districts, including Sunnyside, we offer our CTE dual credit academies at no cost to students, at no cost to parents, and at little or no cost, depending on the program, to the school districts involved. I think that's very important because what we want to communicate to the employer base and to the state is think about what that does in terms of unduplicating resources. We are now moving these students along to their certificate or their degree program and saving everybody money in the process. And what this does is this allows them to get to the employers at a much earlier point in time in their life. I'm going to get a little bit nerdy, and those who work with me like Greg and others know I'm actually a data nerd at heart, so I'm going to give you a little bit of data. At Pima Community College, 43% of all graduating seniors in high school actually apply for Pima Community College, and most of them enroll. We are 10 percentage points higher than the rest of the state on that data point. So in essence, we are doing a fairly good job at capturing the incoming high school students. But then there's this other piece of data that sort of bothered me, which is the median age of our students is 27. I don't know, are any of you close to 27? So where's this gap? So we started doing some data analysis, and what we learned is the students who are coming to us, that 43%, are those who are university bound mostly anyway. They're 18, 19, they know that they're going to go to the university, and I'm glad they're choosing the low-cost alternative to the first 2 years of that education at Pima Community College. But what's happening in the technical space is that people are graduating from the programs, and they're going out into the workforce, and then they're realizing they need more skills if they're going to get that next level of job with their employer, if they're going to get that raise. So they're finally coming back to us again at age 25, age 26, and age 27. Which is good, right? We should be celebrating that they're coming back. But think about the lost productivity in wages. Think about the lost productivity and access to qualified talent that each and every single one of these employers has because of that gap. What this program does, what the SAMP partnership has done, and everybody who started this, Pima County One Stop for pulling this together with the employers in the onset, what we have done is we have changed that dynamic. These folks are coming to the college in their technical program at 18, 19 years old, and they'll have that full skill set by the time they're 21 and 22. Think of all of the years of productivity that adds back in to the workforce and how much money is saved for everybody in the process. So that's really what it's about. So my final comments, and I encourage everybody to read AZTC's legislative agenda. And also to talk to Aaron Ball and others who are involved in the CTE Dual Credit and Pathways to Prosperity initiative, because in Arizona, we sort of want it both ways right now. We want people to have early college, and we want people to start that early college training in grade 9, 10, 11, and 12, but we actually have policies on the books that literally prohibit grades 9 and 10 enrollment at the level that these employers need. So what a lot of us are looking at is what's called the 25% cap, and taking a hard look at some of those policies that maybe have made sense in the 1980s, 1990s, but now that we have this labor market initiative going on now, what can we do together as business and industry, government, post-secondary and secondary to really look at early college models in a new way in the state of Arizona? And we believe that right here with the Southern Arizona Manufacturing Partners, we can put in place a program that literally will ultimately lead to these students being able to graduate from Sunnyside and TUSD with a full certificate and, or think about this, a degree at Pima Community College at 18 years old. Think about what that would do for this community, for these students, and for everybody else involved. So that's what I'd like to leave you with. If you'd like to learn more or talk about it more, you can contact me or Alex or Aaron, and I hope you don't mind me putting you on the spot for those pieces. But it's a great thing that we need to be thinking about. But most importantly, we're not waiting for policy changes here. We're already acting and doing. And so I just want to give everybody a round of applause for their level of commitment and involvement in the Southern Arizona Manufacturing Partners. Thank all of you. Let's give everybody a round of applause.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Chuck McCall. I'm the director of CTE from the Tucson Unified School District. And I don't use podiums, but after hearing both Mr. Holmes and Dr. Rourke, I'm a little hard-pressed to have anything different to say. But I will say that from an educator standpoint, what we've produced here between the collaboration of SAMP, Pima College, TUSD, and the Sunnyside School District is definitely a model that we can move to other programs within our districts, whether it be welding, whether it be automotive, whatever it could be. This is a model program, and the Southern Arizona Manufacturing Partners have been just phenomenal in setting this up. We wouldn't be here today without them, okay? It's without a doubt. No matter how much hard work we've put in, without those guys, we're not here. So industry played a major role, and that's where we need to go. That's where our programs need to go. We need to concentrate on what industry wants, industry needs from their employees, and that's what we need to teach, okay? So with that being said, let's talk about who really gets this done. And I have to excuse myself here. I need to introduce somebody who just walked in the room and I just noticed. I'd like to introduce Rachel Sedgwick. She is the newest board member of TUSD. So if we give her a hand or welcome her. Okay, where the rubber meets the road in these programs, and you're going to see some really wonderful equipment and everything here. You'd see it at Tucson High if we were there, or you'd see it at Pima College. But when the rubber meets the road, it's not about equipment. It's about instructors. It's about what the instructors are doing with those kids to get them ready to progress on to the next level. And when we talk about the program at Tucson High, and we talk about the program here at Sunnyside, I think what we're talking about is two stellar instructors. Mr. Gutierrez, correct? And Mr. Ray Wiggins, Mr. Chris Weber from Tucson High School. Without those two gentlemen, nothing happens. Doesn't matter how good your stuff is. Doesn't matter what you put in a room. Doesn't matter what advice you get from industry. These are the guys that make it work right here. So I want to congratulate those two gentlemen for what they've done with their students to get them so they could get to Mr. Rourke and Mr. Wilson, and then ultimately to industry. So thank you guys for what you have done. And in closing, I gotta say this. I mean, and I gotta pump Ray here a little bit. Mr. Wiggins right here in his camo. Mr. Wiggins has been in TUSD for
Close to 30 years now.
30 years. So he is like the dean of all this, okay? And he's been busting his butt for 30 years to put this program together. When Mr. Morgan and we did the evaluation, what, 2-3 weeks ago, and it came to a conclusion, it was kind of like the legacy has been set for Mr. Wiggins. Now I have to tell you that Mr. Wiggins is retiring at the end of this year. I will not be at Tucson High next year. Mr. Williams is going to take over for him. But without Ray, without what Ray's done over the past 30 years, whether it be in automotive or precision machining, again, he was one of the pioneers. We're not here. We're not where we are today. We're not where we are at Tucson High especially. So with that being said, Ray, you know, in front of all these people, I want to thank you for what you've done for Tucson High, for the Tucson Unified School District. And Mr. Williams here is going to carry on your legacy. And thank you.
Yeah,
okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This has been an amazing experience for me to work with this group of people. It's like a life dream to see a group from the community, to watch and listen to educators, listen to people from industry. What was said here was really very, very important. The schools are doing absolutely excellent work. And it's so exciting and to watch this develop, but also to see community come in and see them, the educators listen to the community, and listen to the professionals. That's a huge step, you know, rather than the silo of the educators building what the educators build and the industry need what the industry need. That Pima County comes in, Pima County JTED comes in, the school districts come in, people from the state are here. I mean, it's real exciting to me. When I look out there and I see 2 board members from Cindy and Alex from the Pima County JTED board here, those are real statements. When I look out and I see the people from Sunnyside School District here, when I see Alex, I mean, it's like, this is a real heavyweight group of people that are here that care about kids, that care about our industry, that care about really where we're going as a community. So again, I want to thank you, and also one other person that I think that has the courage to step up along with Kathy is Steve Holmes, the superintendent, that's willing to step out on that skinny branch. Alex Storm, willing to step out on that skinny branch to make things happen for school district. To see H.T. Sanchez step up and also be part of this. It's amazing to see the different levels of people from the community working together. So it is. Is it real exciting for me? Yeah, it's very, very exciting for me. And it's like a life dream to see education really come together. 21st century, this is it. This is what happens. Thank you.
But I want to really give a hand to Jim Mize. Jim Mize, back in 2012, really started this effort with the idea of bringing industry together, and little did we know that it would transpire to what it is now. Jim said to me when he retired a few years ago, he said, I hope SAMP doesn't go under, and I said, not on my watch. And that's what I keep saying to myself every day when I email any of you. We're going to keep this going as long as we can, and it's going to grow. And now, you know, we've got the Tech Council on board and all, and this truly is a model program for any industry effort in Southern Arizona. Industry focus groups, sector partnerships are striving to exist in the Southern Arizona region, but you have all done it. So I just give all the kudos to everyone sitting around this table right now things happen, sometimes it's fate that things come into our hands. Dave Morgan, retiring in the Tucson area. Dave, what a blessing you've been for Southern Arizona, truly. Yeah, I remember the time that Mr. Higgins from the state of Arizona apprenticeship program came down and sat with SAMP, and we discussed the ideas of apprenticeships and internships. And Donnie spoke up, but you know, if everyone builds their own apprenticeship in-house, what best practice does that give for Southern Arizona? And at that same time frame, Dave was coming to the area, and then we recognized the NIMS, and everything just has fallen in place, but it's because of all the partners in this room right now.
Chuck Huckleberry was there, Hank Haffett, and they were talking about the need for engineers, and everybody needed engineers. And he said, you know, we got to stop talking about engineers. We're not going to create engineers right now. He says, if we don't do something in this community to get skilled machinists in our system, we're not going. There's never going to be any job growth in this community. So that kind of sparked something. And then what sparked it even more was when Huckleberry said at the end of it, what are you going to do about it? Well, I said, well, okay. So Jerry and I got together, put a list of companies, and I got to tell you, Don Terrio and Jeremy Schock, Pam, Becky, I won't try to name everybody, but there's 3 or 4 of them, particularly Don and Jeremy and Pam, that came forward right at the very beginning, and we sat down with about 20 some odd employers. No offense to the educators, but we just wanted to talk to the employers and ask them, is this real? Is there really a problem in their area? And all of them said yes, and all of them said they wanted to fix it. So that's where it all started. It started with these guys, put together a plan, and then the education finally got on board. Well, I think they just recognized that there was truly a need, and these guys would not stop. They wouldn't stop until the need was met. So I commend industry, education, the whole 9 yards. But that's how it all got started. One guy prompted this whole thing by saying, we got a problem in this community. We need to address it. And thank goodness we did, and this is what it got to. Man, this is cool. Thanks.
Without the enthusiasm and then the board members that are here, they actually are the ones that grant the money to get these things going, and all the educators that work on this, and all the industry people that have helped over the last 3-4 years put this together, and the government employees that have been helping us out and guiding us. So it's really, I mean, to get all 3 of these programs NIMS certified, it's a lot of work for them. We advised them, but we didn't do the work, they did. So it's a great job. Thanks again.